I need to wait a little bit till I see a light that says recording that's coming on because you guys are part of a live TV. Oh, hey, we're on the. And that, my friends, is the secret of life. Well, I hope that they got that before they, right now, that we're ready to do the music part of the show. But yeah, I hope they got all of those kernels and gems on camera because it just came through me all of a sudden. I don't think it'll ever happen again. But all right, well, let's do some music now. You've got a good imagination no one else can see. It's like a three-way conversation between you and me. You always speak to me in color, vivid as the day is long. And I could listen to you talking till the rest have all gone home. Yeah, and you know, when I was telling you before the show started, you know, anything can happen, folks. Anything in life. And that's why you always bring a spare. Right? Think about that for a second. And hey, you know, and that's why in front of millions of people right now on TV, on live television, I'm not fazed at all. It's not bothering me one iota. So let me just set this guitar down, and I planned this carefully. I wouldn't normally do that, but in kind of accord to the stuff we were talking about earlier and in the Q&A, you know. Oh, thank you. Okay, so. All right, so where was I? Something about me. You know, I've really been getting into the quantum physics thing lately. Anybody else out there? You know what I'm talking about? And, you know, everything is energy. You know, it seems that broken string seemed like it was solid, but energy splits. And then it goes on infinitely. So I don't want to go on infinitely, though, anymore, except when I play. So, all right. So, you know, I've only broken a string twice in my life during the first song. And so this is the third time's a charm. It's not going to happen again. Is it? So, all right, let me start from that second verse. Is it the shock of recognition traveling up and down my spine, or a little piece of the premonition that got mixed up with mine? There's lots of different kinds of people. It's best not to interrupt. Just leave them to their own devices. They're so easy to corrupt. Well, it's no surprise that you don't lie. You will not hide away. It's no surprise that you don't lie, you will not hide away. like a three-way conversation between you and me. Well, it's no surprise that you don't lie. You will not hide away. It's no surprise that you don't lie. You will not hide away. No, you will not hide away. Thank you. Well, the hummingbirds are coming back sooner than expected, and those of us on the ground watch them get their nectar. When I see you, it's living proof that love is resurrected. Oh, the hummingbirds are coming back sooner than expected. Spring is flowering, watch the new life it brings. You've got a wondrous heart, makes a lot of new life start. Well, the hummingbirds are coming back sooner than expected, and the songs they bring with their wings fills the air with laughter. You took me to a better place since we first connected. Oh, the hummingbirds are coming back sooner than expected. Follow the coming buzz, they're looking back at us, all past the plan, like when you take my hand. Well, the hummingbirds are coming back sooner than suspected, suspended, then flying off with what they have collected. You took me to a better place since we first connected. Oh, the hummingbirds are coming back sooner than expected. Well, the hummingbirds are coming back sooner than expected, and the songs they bring with their wings fills the air with laughter. You took me to a better place since we first connected. Oh, the hummingbirds are coming back sooner than expected. Oh, the hummingbirds are coming back sooner than expected. Thank you. Thanks so much, and welcome to McGonigel's The Mucky Duck. How many of y'all have never been here before? Well, welcome. And how many of you at home have never seen a live stream from here before? Wow, that's quite a lot of you. Well, welcome. You know, Houston, I went, when I drove in today, I went by a great radio station, KPFT. And they were having a fun drive. And it was a lot of fun to be over there. And my friend Al Stahaley got some tickets from them today. He's here tonight. And is getting ready to come out with an album. And his brother John Stahaley is here, a great guitar player, and it is wonderful to see them again. And so the station is in an area called the museum area, right? That's what you call it. And so afterwards, I was thinking, well, hey, I need to get a couple of pairs of socks. And so I was driving around, And I came to a place they call the Galleria. And I thought, well, they're probably going to have some socks in there, surely. They probably, thank you. They probably have a little bit of everything in there. And luckily, I got a spare set of strings there today, too. They have, I mean, they've got it, you name it. And I was wandering through, and I came to this big dome-like space, and they call that the conundrum. And I sat there underneath that ceiling, and I was looking up there, and it seemed like all these patterns and designs, and I saw there were some, it was paradigms up on the ceiling there, ancient Egyptian paradigms. And I was asking this security guard, I said, where did you get those? You know, they look like they're really old. And he said, well, you know, as a matter of fact, sir, some of that one over there, they took that off the wall of King Tut's pyramid, and they put it up there. That one over there, that was Cleopatra's and her pyramid. And so, I mean, that beautiful conundrum area, I sat there just very calm and peaceful for a good 45 seconds or so. And then I started getting a little hungry and craving for something. And I said, I need some duck. And so I came right over here. And it had been, oh gosh, it's been about 6 months since I've been here. And the server came over and he said, can I get you something? I said, I would like your finest duck you have. And he said, we don't serve duck here. And I was like, that's right. It's been 6 months, sorry. So anyway, but I'll tell you, the food is so good here. I mean, probably, and I don't have any ego involvement in this, but some of you might have come here just to eat tonight, and I don't blame you. I mean, I would have too. But anyway, but I'll tell you, there some folks, the South Austin Moonlighters, huh? How about them? That was so great, and it's an honor to be on the show with y'all. And all right, well, listen, hey, let's get back to music. Enough stories for now. So, hey, do you like country music? All right. Well, I've got it's funny you seem to like it because I've got a fairly recent country album out. It's called Game Changer. And here's a song that kicks it off. And I have Houston's own Will Van Horn playing the pedal steel on this song. And so I'm going to kind of hum a little bit of the melody, and that's what the pedal steel and the Telecaster are playing. And I just want to throw that out there so you don't think I'm crazy when I do it. So anyway, this one's called That Kind of Life, That Kind of Day. When a baby tastes a little bit of sunshine, kicks their legs and bounces up and down, grins and laughs and everything is so fine, we wanna keep them that way for a while. They all grow up and everything is different, the way that history comes into play. I hope their hopes will come through while they're growing, and they'll have that kind of life, that kind of day. Go through all you must do, and know that while you're getting where you're going. Go through, don't go away, and have that kind of life, that kind of day. Guitar's just waiting there ripe for the picking, sitting lonely waiting to be played. You get to make the music that you're hearing. To hear it all will carry you away. Someday when finally things are back to normal. But what is normal these days, you might say? I hope your hopes will come through while you're waiting, and you'll have that kind of life, that kind of day. Go through all you must do, and know that while you're getting where you're going. Go through, don't go away, and have that kind of life, that kind of day. I guess everybody wants that kind of feeling, for things to go a little more their way. I hope your hopes will come through while you're waiting, and you'll have that kind of life, that kind of day. Go through all you must do, and know that while you're getting where you're going. Go through, don't go away, and have that kind of life, that kind of day. And have that kind of life, that kind of day. Thank you. All right, well, here's one that I wrote with a guy named Adam Harvey, a singer-songwriter from down in Australia. And he had the title for this, and luckily shared it with me. Let me help him with it. I've got a wishbone where my backbone ought to be. It takes more than wishful thinking to live your dreams. If I was only brave enough to face what's facing me, I've got a wishbone where my backbone ought to be. I'd have courage in spades, but that's not how I'm made. So I guess I'll keep going on this way. I've got a wishbone where my backbone ought to be. I can't be more of a fool when it comes down to you. I'm afraid I'll break right in two. I've got a wishbone where my backbone ought to be. And I wish that I could make myself believe that I was only brave enough to face what's facing me. I've got a wishbone where my backbone ought to be. I've got a wishbone where my backbone ought to be. Thank you. All right. Well, hey, I'm going to try one I haven't done in a while. I did it at KPFT today, but so it's been several hours. But I'm gonna step out on a limb though and try it. That limb might crack and break. If I fall, will you catch me? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go for it then. We landed here like scattered seeds with mighty hopes and mighty dreams. Came up from the same melting pot, and while we're here, we're all we've got. We'll have to cross that great divide where we all think we all are right. We seem to do that quite a lot. And while we're here, we're all we've got. We're closer than we think to almost care. And I'd give anything if we were almost there. It breaks my heart, it makes me cry. We've all gone so torn apart. Where we are now and where we're not. And while we're here, we're all we've got. Closer than we think to almost care. And I'd give anything if we were almost there. I bet we could. Now, if we tried, get across that great divide where we are now and where we're not. But while we're here, we're all we've got. We can't forget we're all we've got. Thank you. I got to write that one with Mary Gauthier and Jamie Harris, two of the finest songwriters out there. All right, I'm going to try this one too without the band, but And has anybody out there ever been friends with somebody and then you have a falling out? You know what I'm talking about out there, huh? You know, and then that great thing that happens when you have a reconciliation, and that's what this one's about. Friends again, friends again. Thank goodness we've come back around. I'm happy that we're friends again. I can't remember what went wrong, and I don't care. I'm sorry for my share. Friends again, friends again. Thank goodness we've come back around. I'm happy that we're friends again. I'll meet you anywhere you want. We've got a lot of catching up to do. Friends again, friends again. Thank goodness we've come back around. Finally got our feet on the ground. Something missing has been found. I'm happy that we're friends again. Friends again. Friends again. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Now, hey, I want each of you to reach across to the other table and... No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's a joke. Come on. Okay, hey, I'm going to move on to another record that I did during COVID that I wanted to kind of get some good feelings out there, and you know, we were all going through a rough time, and so the record's called Hope, and this one is a song that has, during all that time we had to reflect and everything about our lives. I was thinking about those things that people did for us that, looking back on it, changed our lives. And to those people, it might have just been something very simple and casual and just a friendly thing, but it had such a big impact on us, and that still happens, you know, all the time, and we get those chances too. And this is called The Opportunity to Help Somebody Through It. Seems like forever, but it hasn't been that long. Don't say never, you could ever be that strong. The opportunity to help somebody through it, the chance that they might be with help and getting by. Someday somebody's gonna ask, how did you do it? It just took a little try. be sad and lonely, there'll be other times for that. Let's get out, why don't we, and hit the trouble where it's at. The opportunity to help somebody through it, the chance that they might need with help in getting by. Someday somebody's gonna ask, how did you do it? It just took a little try. Sitting still, no action. It's time to move. It feels good to get some traction while we're howling at the moon. The opportunity to help somebody through it, the chance that they might need help in getting by. Someday somebody's gonna ask, how did you do it? It just took a little try. The opportunity to help somebody through it, the chance that they might need with help in getting by. Someday somebody's gonna ask, how did you do it? It just took a little try. Thank you. Soaring on a journey far as we could be, roaring out there, weren't we? Learning how to see. Feathers on an earring, necklace out of stars, suddenly appearing, shining through the dark. And we felt right at home inside of a honeycomb. It was there in a song, so what took us so long? Sister horizon, looking our way, kissing our eyes like it's the last sweet thing. Sister horizon, looking your way, kissing our eyes like it's the last sweet thing. Tall flowers reaching up high as they can get. You're watching over us, and it ain't over yet. And I'm glad that we had what we had, and we felt right at home inside of a honeycomb. It was there in a song, so what took us so long? Oh, Sister horizon, looking our way, like it's the last sweet thing. Sister Horizon, looking your way, kiss with our eyes some, like it's the last sweet thing. The last sweet thing. We'll pick up tomorrow where we left off today, and we can continue like it's the last sweet thing. The last, like it's the last sweet thing. The last sweet thing. The last sweet thing. Thank you. Cheers, everybody. Okay, well, here's one more off of that Hope album. And this is a song I got to write with Robert Hunter. And this was the last tune he got to hear that we wrote together. And I sure miss him. I want to send this out to his memory and his family, and to the memory of we've all lost a lot of loved ones. And, long live your memory and all you meant to me. Long live the morning after waking from sweet dreams. Long live the long way home that we walked before. Long live the gravel path that led me to our door. I'm glad to live another day. Your memory helps to pave the way, softens the pain of losing you, as much as anything could do. But this one thing I know, you're with me wherever I go. Deep down inside my heart and soul. Inside my heart where it's still true. Long live your memory of me and mine of you. sunset glimmer on the rusty pine. Long live the days when I was yours and you were mine. I'm glad to live another day. Your memory helps to pave the way, softens the pain of losing you. As much as anything could do, but this one thing I know, you're with me wherever I go. Deep down inside my heart and soul. Memory and all you meant to me. Thank you. All right, well, here's one Robert and I wrote a while back. And anybody out there from Florida tonight? Boy, it seems like Florida weather out there tonight, doesn't it? It's so balmy and car broke down in Alligator Alley, trying to get away from Broward County. Smoke in the sky, there's no returning. 30,000 acres of Everglades burning. Southern Florida dry as tinder. Lightning turned the swamp to cinder. Thrown by the roadside, thumb in the air, brushing the ashes out of my hair. Alligator Alley, Alligator Alley, no time to sit and dally. Everglades burning, Everglades burn. Once it's gone, there's no return. Got picked up by a girl named Alice. She said she's driving clear to Dallas with one last nod to the blazing trees. I said, drop me off in Nashville, please. She said, what about your automobile? I said, leave it for someone to steal. It don't really run so hot. The rods are gone and the brakes are shot. Alligator Alley, Alligator Alley, no time to sit and dally. Everglades burning, Everglades burn. Once it's gone, there's no return. She said, you look like Elvis Presley. I said, I know, it tends to stress me, gives rise to undue expectations and other such like aggravations. Goodbye alligators, snakes and spiders, Florida panthers and big black bears. Girls named Lorna, Alice and Sally. Goodbye Florida and Alligator Alley. Alligator alligator alley, no time to sit and dally. Everglades burning, Everglades burn. Once it's gone, there's no return. Alligator alley, no time to sit and dally. Everglades burning, Everglades burn. Once it's gone, there's no return. Once it's gone, there's no return. Once it's gone, there's no return. Thank you. All right, hey, we got any cat lovers out there tonight? All right, hey, okay. All right, well, I'll send this out to you. This is another one Robert and I wrote. It's called The Trash Can Tomcat. Call me Trash Can Tomcat. I'm as lonesome as a song. Call me Trash Can Tomcat, and you will never call me wrong. I will meet you in the starlight when my alley run is through. We'll go through the door to midnight. I'll be waiting there for you. Baby, set aside some downtime. Baby, shake off your chain. Baby, if you've got the incline, I will ease you of your pain. Even madness has its seasons. Well, you know it's difficult. Never ask to know the reasons when you can judge by the results. Call me Trash Can Tomcat. I'm as lonesome as a song. Call me Trash Can Tomcat, and you will never call me wrong. Here among the bones and fish tails, beneath the Mississippi moon, I'll speak of love that never fails. I will even sing the tune. Call me Trash Can Tomcat. I'm as lonesome as a song. Call me Trash Can Tomcat. You will never call me wrong. I will leave you in the morning when my alley run is through. Disappear without a warning, but I will never leave you blue. I will search among the tatters and the scraps of people's dreams, sift the ash for all that matters, try to tell you what it means. Call me Trash Can Tomcat. I'm as lonesome as a song. Call me Trash Can Tomcat, lonely as the day is long. Call me Trash Can Tomcat, lonely as the day is long. Thank you. Hey, has anybody ever seen that movie, A Face in the Crowd, with Andy Griffith? You know what I'm talking about, that movie? Well, he gets real popular. He was this TV crew found him in jail. He'd been in a lot of trouble. And so, to make a long story short, he's so charismatic and plays guitar, sings bluesy kind of stuff. If you can imagine Andy Griffith doing that, it was kind of the opposite of his character in Mayberry. You know, he was pretty dark in this movie. Check it out sometime, A Face in the Crowd. But anyway, there's this scene. He gets so big, and he's going to run for president. And he's on TV, and they're rolling the credits of the show, and this assistant that he has that is real upset with him and wants to kind of ruin everything for him. While the credits are rolling, she keeps the mic on, and he's kind of this down-home guy, and there are these guys sitting on hay bales, and so as the credits are rolling, he's saying all these terrible things about the audience, you know, and all of a sudden people are outraged, and they stop, you know, sending in their money, and his whole bid for the presidency is ruined and everything. So I'm going to have that kind of moment right now, now that I've described that scene, and there's millions of people tuning in right now. So I'm going to kind of risk everything, you know, because I know a lot of those people out there, you know, they have this virtual tip jar, you know, and so they've probably just really been shelling out the dough tonight, or they've been waiting, you know, till later on as the show goes on. So I'm going to have that moment right now. Okay. And scene. Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what, that crowd out there watching on Facebook Live, and I'll tell you what, that's a fine bunch. I mean, you couldn't hardly find a finer audience than those folks out there. Ooh, and they're generous. Oh boy. I'll tell you what. Now, I hope that they're liking the show tonight, and I hope I'm playing some songs that they like. And, well, I guess that's all the time we have right now. These credits are almost running over. And scene. So that's when you watch now the movie A Face in the Crowd, think about that. You know, I hope it doesn't spoil the movie for you. You'll be waiting for that the whole time. Hey, I haven't done any bluegrass yet. Do you like bluegrass music? All right. Well, here's a bluegrass song Robert Hunter and I wrote. It's called The Tiger and the Monkey. Tiger and the monkey went to war. Monkey rode in on a Labrador. Tiger came on roller skates, did some fancy figure eights, juggling a dozen, played some more. Strutting cocky to the nth degree, Monkey brought his field artillery. Look at what the Tiger bought, some antebellum cannon shot, brave with losing and a filigree. Round and round and round again we go, round and round, round again, you know. You're sweet as a buttercup with the gold side up. Don't ever think of leaving till you go. Blackbird sitting on a daisy chain says maybe you should come out of the rain. Why don't you just postpone your war, clothe the hungry, feed your poor, before you raise your sword up once again? Round again, you know. You're sweet as a buttercup never shut me up before. I've been dealing down the line, crooked decks and loaded dice. How far do you think your luck can go? Come on, kiss me quick now, Molly D. One for you, another one for me. We'll make love upon the fence, barring fatal accidents, showing how 1 and 1 can still make 3. You're sweet as a buttercup with the gold side up. Don't ever think of leaving till you go. Thank you. Well, here's one off of a record I got to do with one of my bluegrass heroes called Ralph Stanley and his band, the Clinch Mountain Boys. And I thought we had finished the album, and then I was driving through North Carolina, through Flat Rock, North Carolina, and it was in the winter time, and I just got so lonesome and went home and wrote this, and luckily Ralph let us record it. I feel the snow that's falling as I'm drifting out of you, and I could not hear you calling when the sky had fallen through. Lost in the lonesome pines, and with you I'll never be. Lost in the lonesome pines, and nevermore I'll see. To find somebody to tell my story to. It seems I just got started. Now my journey's almost through. Lost in the lonesome pines, and with you I'll never be. Lost in the lonesome pines, and nevermore I'll see. In rows not planted, we'll have to wait for spring. And if I ever reach them, I'll kiss you once again. with you, I'll never be lost, lost in the lonesome pines, and nevermore I'll see. Lost, lost in the lonesome pine. Thank you. All right, well, here's one I wrote for Ralph to sing. I've had my share of darkness and I'm headed for the light. A melody inside me says it's gonna be alright. I'm laying down my burden and I'm breaking off the chains. Come along and join me if you feel like singing today. I feel like singing today. I feel like singing today. Lifting up my voice to say I feel like singing today. I feel like singing today. I feel like singing today. Lifting up my voice and praise. I feel like singing today. I wanna tell a message and I wanna tell it now. I'm busting out with good news and I've gotta let it out. The chorus does remind me of some friends along the way. Come along and join me if you feel like singing today. I feel like singing today. I feel like singing today. Lifting up my voice to say I feel like singing today. I feel like singing today. I feel like singing today. Lifting up my voice and praise. I feel like singing today. Lifting up my voice and praise. I feel like singing today. Thank you. Hey, any requests before I go on any farther? I think somebody, and I'll tell you, it's funny. Lately, my intuitive thing is just like going off the charts. It's off the chain, as people say. I mean, I feel like those paradigms I was talking about that are in the sky are kind of like beaming down at me. And I'll tell you something, I feel pretty supercalifragilisticexpialidocious tonight because you guys are being a great audience, and I appreciate it. Let's see. All right, well, let me, I'll do those in order. This is one I wrote with Robert Hunter called Patchwork River. Heard your farmer say, excuse me please, those were the days, but so are these. Pull over, park, turn off the key. Let's go walking, just you and me. Sometimes, always, sometimes never. Been that way, damn near forever. Promises that don't deliver. Let's set down a Patchwork River, Patchwork River, Patchwork River. Me and Joe Farmer walk down together. Talk about hopes, talk about schemes, talk about salvaging some of our dreams. Well, heard your farmer say, if I may, serve you breakfast from a supper tray. Got no eggs, but I saved some shell. Lost the clapper, but I found the bell. This man's father is that man's son. Brothers or sisters, has he none? Looks in the shaving glass, what's he see? Looks like mama, but it talks like me. Patchwork River, me and Joe Farmer walk down together. Talk about hopes, talk about schemes, talk about salvaging some of our dreams. Well, heard your farmer say, don't be shy. Same rules apply as in days gone by. Styles may vary and the lingo bend. What it all boils down to in the end, pay your dues and take your chance. Don't mistake hunger for romance. Forgiveness is nifty, but enough's enough when they keep on pulling that same old stuff. Patchwork River, me and Joe Farmer walk down together. Talk about wealth and the worry it brings, lack of satisfaction and other things. Vision is simple by moonlight. Everything black and white, no colors to construe, just a range of black and blue. Softer tones, fewer voices, freedom from too many choices. Newborn moon's a silver sliver, gleaming on a patchwork river. Your farmer say, just in case you feel like jumping right to the chase, I would never stand in your way. There's just one thing I want to say. What you do for love alone will last. The rest just clutters up your past. But if you don't know that much by now, you're never gonna learn it anyhow. Patchwork River, me and Joe Farmer walk down together. Talk about hopes, talk about schemes, talk about salvaging some of our dreams. Patchwork River, flowing with song, patchwork clouds just drifting along. Talk about hopes, talk about schemes, talk about salvaging some of our dreams. Thank you. All right, well, this one is a tune I wrote for, it's kind of as a tribute song to two guys that really had a big impact on me. One of them was named George Jones, and the other one was a man named Graham Parsons. And before I go on with that story, I want to thank a very special woman out there, Carolyn Rossi Copeland, who I haven't seen in a long time, and she produced a play about Tammy Wynette called Stand By Your Man. And we did it at the Ryman Auditorium in the fall for 2 years, and I got to play George Jones. And so that, boy, that just really meant so much. And it was one of the greatest things to ever happen to me. And so thank you so much for doing that show and letting me be in it. And so I moved out to L.A. because I wanted to, I'd seen George Jones a ton of times, and I moved to Nashville for a while when I got out of college because I wanted to hang out with him and hang out with this bluegrass guy named Roland White. And I didn't ever have the courage to hang out with George. I saw him a few times at the Opry, and he was kind of lit, and he was real nice. He was real nice, but it just wasn't, it wouldn't have been cool to say, hey, listen, can I come over sometime and hang out with you? And so I didn't do it, but I did move out to L.A. a few years later, and because I wanted to go to some of those same places Graham Parsons had played and go out to the desert and write and hang out. So I did do that, and when I first got out there, I was living in this place called the Magic Hotel, and I was reading this biography of Graham by a guy named Sid Griffin, and there was a story in there about how Graham had a party, and he was playing George Jones's records for people, and he started crying, and he said, "That's the king of broken hearts." So when I read that, this song came out. The king of broken hearts doesn't ask much from his friends, and he has quite a few of them. They know he will understand. It's just the way it goes. The king of broken hearts doesn't know he's a king. He's trying to forget other things, like some old chilly scenes. He's walking through alone. He talks to angels and the stars start to spin. He thinks of troubles that he's gotten in. He recalls how his heart got broken and how it's still that way. The king of broken hearts, he is so sad and wise. He can smile while he's crying inside. But we know he'll be brave tonight, 'cause he's a king of broken hearts. Troubles that he's gotten in. He recalls how his heart got broken and how it's still that way. The king of broken hearts thinks that he's an old fool. He's a little bit like me and you. So what's a king like that supposed to do with all that blue time? We know he'll be brave tonight, 'cause he's a king of broken hearts. He's the king of broken hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Carolyn. All right, well, here's one I put on a record called London Southern and used the band of one of my heroes named Nick Lowe. And I didn't have my songs together when I went over there to do the record. But I wrote this after a show in Glasgow, Scotland, a few days before we went in the studio. I love you more than you could know. I love you more than I can show. I'm overwhelmed, but you can't tell. I love you more than I let on. It's just a dream that gets me by. It's just a thing that I hold high. It just might be my hopes aren't wrong. I love you more than I let on. There's really nothing left to lose. You won't ever have to choose. So I'll just keep on keeping. How I feel will stay my secret. There's really nothing left to lose. You won't ever have to choose. So I'll just keep on keeping. How I feel will stay my secret. I love you more than you could know. I love you more than I can show. I'm overwhelmed, but you can't tell. I love you more than you could know. I love you more than I let on. I love you more. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, y'all have been a great audience, and I appreciate you coming out so much. And I appreciate you folks watching at home. And I need to say this, for the technical TV aspect of it, because it's like I said, there's millions of people watching, and hey, no pressure on me, right? But I need to let the crew know, and also to it's good to kind of give those mental signals, to people, so that also the audience back home, I'm telling you folks right now, this is it. This is the last song. It's not going to be any more after this one. So thank you all, whether you were at home or whether you were here at the Mucky Duck tonight. And hey, wasn't the food great tonight, huh? And it's like I say, if any of y'all just came for the food, I understand. And you were very polite to have, sat through my show after you finished. But I'll leave you with this one. I'd be remiss if I didn't do a song I wrote with my friend Buddy Miller. And and just for 2 hours a week, now we have the Buddy and Jim show on Sirius XM Outlaw Country. And so just if you live here in town, don't just for 2 hours a week, don't listen to KPFT. But after that, go back, change your dial. But thank you all so much again. I've had a great time. Appreciate you. You've been wonderful. Hole in my head, hole in my head. I need a girl like you, like a hole in my head. I need a girl like you, like a hole in my head. Let's just say we did and then don't instead. Wild goose chase, wild goose chase. You gonna take me, girl, on a wild goose chase. You're gonna take me, girl, on a wild goose chase. You better find somebody to take my place. You took my imagination and stomped it in the ground. Now I can only dream about you and chase the tracks you left around. Hole in my head, a hole in my head. I need a girl like you, like a hole in my head. I need a girl like you, like a hole in my head. You make me feel so bad, I wish I was dead. It must have knocked me crazy. It must have hit me hard. People must think I'm lazy, like my shuffle short of playing card. A wild goose chase, wild goose chase. You gonna take me, girl, on a wild goose chase. You're gonna take me, girl, on a wild goose chase. You better find somebody to take my place. Let the games begin. Yeah, here I go again. I don't see how I'm gonna win. I need you, girl, like a hole in my head. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. They're rolling the credits right now, and so, but the audience can't hear anything. Oh, those poor guys, that audience back there that's watching on Facebook Live. But they are so nice. Now, not as nice as you folks, but they are very nice. And now, well, okay, I'll do a couple more.